WWWD. What would Wednesday do? I'm thick into series 2, that rhymed, and I am feeling so super inspired. I loved series 1, and what I've also been loving is Jenna's outfits on the press tour for the premiere of Wednesday series 2. Oof, it's giving dark, fairy, moody goth, but not always just classic black. There was a stunning Vivienne Westwood fit, and it was more like moody grey juxtaposed with like a nude corseting detail. And then she completely slayed in a grey and demoulimista 3-piece suit. Oof. And I just saw the back of it last night when I was doing up my Pinterest board, and it looks like it's kind of a little bit corseted. So I've got a cool idea with that you can do with just safety pins. I have dressed myself in Wednesday inspired attire, and I'll also show you that. My outfit kind of has a little bit of a Celine flair to it as well, particularly with the rings that I'm very much vibing on at the moment. So I wanted to hit the thrift today and just see what else I could find. And if I find lots of cool Wednesday inspired stuff, I might actually do it as a themed drop on either my Depop or my eBay. So stay tuned for that. Today, looking at my Pinterest mood board, we are definitely looking for Wednesday inspired blacks and whites, of course, but I definitely want some grays. Be great if I could find a 3-piece suit and some more kind of goth inspired jewelry, corseting, ethereal, dark fairy, elfin, gothy, all the goodness, all the things that I love. I love kind of having that little element in my fits anyway, to a point. Nothing that's too like girly and pinky and pretty. I like it a bit dark. Let's hit the thrift and see what Wednesday would do. W is for what are the odds of spying a W pendant, the first thing I see in the thrift store. Also liked some of these brooches, the safety pin, the Diamante safety pin brooch, very cool. And the little elephant, of course I can never say no. But see, it's quite cool. Now, obviously Wednesday would never do this, but I just had to show you because she's giving a little bit of Prada and sparkle. Hello. Okay, fit check. So leather trench, which I absolutely adore. I'm wearing a black jumpsuit underneath, patent docs, and I've got a little white turtleneck, double layered leather belt, crucifix. Love this piece. Lots of ring bling. More bling here with these gorgeous ear cuffs. Love a bit of sparkle on my ears. This is a 1 earring, which I love to do because I mix up my earrings all the time. Really nice pendant. It has a little bit of a 90s feel, and this is confirmation to always check those little bins and shelves in thrift stores if you have that kind of thing in your local, because look what I found. Gorgeous, very goth inspired brooch. I have no idea what this is, but I just had to show you because clearly the Wednesday vibes and the Wednesday thrift angels are checking in with this spooky little dude. Very cool. It's not Halloween yet, but I'm already ready. Gorgeous shoes, not my size, but absolutely love that fishnet stocking style. How cool. Great bag, and I wanted to show you because this is a good example of finding designer inspired pieces. So that handle definitely has a bamboo feel to it. I was tempted to get it, but it was just a PVC. Now, I feel like this bag would be what Wednesday might wear to the beach, also giving a little bit of Prada beach bag. So it just goes to show you how much of the trends you can find in thrift stores. Bags like this are great to embellish. Perfect Wednesday shoes. And guess what? They were my size. Love that little block heel. Absolute patent perfection. A pointy toe slingback, particularly in patent as well, will never steer you wrong. I think they're so chic and timeless. I can definitely see Wednesday wearing this with like a fitted pencil skirt, or definitely Jenna Ortega on the press tour. These were giving Louboutin, which is pretty cheeky. I'm not sure how that's legal, but hey, pop off, sis. I really liked the shape of them. Had a bit of a YSL feel to them as well. These were great, more patent. Thought about these for Wednesday vibes, but I mean, hello, I've kind of already got it with these killer patent docs. I am a sucker for a great vintage sweater. Look at these beautiful embellishment details. The fabric felt fantastic as well. Maybe a wool blend or cashmere blend. Absolutely cracker of a piece. Some great jeans. Riders are a really good brand, nice and comfy. They wear really well. I love the faded wash on this pair. This is such a classic piece. I really like the grandpa style neck. The cotton was fantastic, very thick, but it did have a few marks on it, unfortunately. But I really like pieces like this because they're just such a blank canvas, and then you can put your own personality to it. Same as something like a roll neck. Check out this jacket. The vintage, ooh, wow. And the buttons, oh my gosh, glorious. Here's a little close-up for you kids. Look at that. Ooh, military goodness. Now, this is a fantastic piece. Armani, but when I went in close, look, she's come from the real. So you know, she's real. Really beautiful texture. I love the print on this, and it's very 90s. Great collar. Oh, Pierre Cardin, such a good jacket, but it was really stained and damaged. Such a shame. But what do you think with pieces like this? Do you think they can be rescued? I've seen a few good stain removers online, but I don't know. And this leather jacket was fantastic, but I just couldn't with the smell of the mold. I have asthma and I have deep trauma from mold in our old apartment, so I just can't do it. Super cute shoulder detail on this jacket, and I loved the stripe going through it. It definitely had Wednesday uniform feels. I love a vintage tag. Look at that one. It's so hard to show you how great the dark garments are though in videos because they just look like a blob, but it had really beautiful detail. And this was a great suit, 100% wool. I always look for nice details. I loved the embellishment on this sweater. Isn't that cute? A suede feel take on the classic leather biker jacket. It had really good details, the zippers, the buckles, but I just wasn't quite sure about the quality of it. This sweater definitely had a Wednesday feel with the little bugs and things on it. So I did think about that one as well, but I'd prefer a plain sweater, and then I could add like a little slogan to it. Beautiful embroidery on this, but not really the Wednesday vibe. Seeing what Jenna Ortega has been wearing on the Wednesday press tour has definitely inspired me to look at other darker tones, metallics, silvers. The embellishment and the tailoring on this blouse was great. You can't go wrong with a classic stripe. That's very Wednesday. But what I love about a piece like that is that you can make it Wednesday. You could make it punk. Same as something like this. It was just a fast fashion piece, but I really like the layering and the texture in that, and maybe you could even spray paint it. This singlet, oh, it's so great. It looks like it's been hand painted, but obviously it's not because it's, a high street piece, but really nice quality. And the ruffles on this blouse, Australian brand Chic, were very Wednesday. Set myself a challenge with this piece again because looking at what Jenna's been wearing on her press tour, she had, some plums, she had some nude colors. So I thought, what if I juxtaposed a piece like that with a corset belt or a bustier, same as a striped piece like this. Classic canvas, lots you could do with it. Found another Armani piece. What I loved about this one is that I think it's men's. So it's nice and oversized, so good for my plus size girlies. And it's a really good canvas piece as well. So you could wear just simply with some black jeans, or you could wear it over a slip dress and then really go to town with all the jewels. Now this is a seriously cool set. Again, tapping into that more metallic, very dark and moody, but a departure from straight black, as was this incredible dress. She's giving Art Deco. Look at the beaded detail on this. I'm guessing it's a Y2K piece with those little cap sleeves. This is just a definite. I mean, how beautiful is that? I've already got a cool idea on how I could style this beaded dress. Bit of a different take. This vest broke my heart because it is absolute perfection, vintage, proper suede, great buttons, but look at that mold staining. If you've got any tips on how you could rescue a garment like that, but it just seems like a big investment for an already pricey piece. This is what Wednesday would wear if she went to the gym. A bit of faux Versace. The print's still pretty good though. So I did think about it, but yeah, the quality just wasn't quite there. A canvas piece with a definite Wednesday attitude. I love all of that distressing, nice and oversized again. So I was tempted by this, but I think the Armani one was cooler and you get a higher grade product. Pumpkin juice t-shirt was cute, but I think maybe a little bit too Halloweeny and too gimmicky for Wednesday. Tommy Hilfiger came through with the goods on this striped shirt in really good condition, great fabric, and tried it on and very cool fit as well. Polo Ralph Lauren, but I didn't like the feel of this fabric. I did think about how Wednesday might style that, but maybe it's just a bit too preppy for her. This t-shirt was cool. Get your grills on. Fast fashion piece, but cool design. Another great t-shirt. I really liked this slogan. If life doesn't feel like 90s rap, then I don't want it. Period. Was going to get it, but it had a stain. Come through tuxedo jacket. 100% wool. Make sure you always look inside and inspect the tags. Argyle print, very Wednesday, but shape wasn't right. Back home, and your girl did pretty good on her What Would Wednesday Do adventure. So I'm definitely going to do a themed drop. I'm not going to show you everything because I want there to be some surprises in there. The first thing that I found, or that found me, little vintage number, look at that tag. Gorgeous sweater, the details. I think she would definitely rock something like this with like a high-waisted pant, dock boots, or maybe a little blazer and skirt. But I love the details on this. Isn't it beautiful? Brand is Maple. It's definitely giving a bit sort of 80s, 90s with that kind of font, I'd say. This is a synthetic piece, but I really like the vintage vibe of it and that great gathering on the front and the slightly wider collar. It's really cute. It feels very silky, even though I think it's just a poly, but the brand is Into. Don't know that one, but it's got some nice tailoring about it. So I grabbed that. I thought even the collar of that peeping out of the sweater would look cute. This top is so Wednesday. It's that Australian label Chic. Look at the ruffle, nice little buttons. Gorgeous. I'm thinking maybe a little choker, lots of Goth jewels, you know, like pieces like this. I found a silver suit or grey suit, kind of like the one that Jenna Ortega is wearing on her press tour. It's really cool, really sharp. Got almost like a schoolboy, schoolgirl look to it, which is very much the Wednesday aesthetic. Really nice condition. I don't think it's ever been worn. Australian label. It doesn't have the fabrication, but I'm thinking it's a wool blend. So I got that, and then I have quite a few vests, so I could put a vest underneath it. I've even got like a silver metallic vest, so that could be pretty cool to create the three-piece suit look. And I did the old neck measure thing, and they seem pretty good, so try that on soon. and have a play with that. You know what I really wanted to find that I didn't, but I do think I have something similar that I can add to the drop. I wanted like a sheer blouse with ruffles in black, but I have one that's silk and it's grey, so that could be cool. But I wanted the really dramatic sleeves, but I think maybe I could create that somehow. This dress, she's giving all the 1920s glory. Look at the fishtail. Look at that. And the beading is beautiful. And it's got some little extras there in case something happens. Laura Kay, it's really beautiful. And I feel like Wednesday would definitely wear something like this with very dark makeup, goth jewelry. Look at that. It's almost a bit Egyptian as well, but I just really liked the dark Art Deco-ness of it because Wednesday is very much into antiques and vintage. In the new series, she gives Thing, I won't tell you too much if you haven't seen it, but she gives Thing an antique present. It's pretty funny. But yeah, she's quite discerning with her antiques. Even with dog boots, be cool, right? This is great. And it kind of makes me think about what Jenna was wearing on the press tour. She was wearing champagne colors, she was wearing plums, grays, like nudes and neutral colors. So I like the departure. It doesn't necessarily have to always be black. You can do really moody metals like this, metallics. You can still do beading and sequins, but in darker tone. But this is beautiful. It's a two-piece, little tie up front. It's a brand, again, Australian, Blooms. I just love the metallic, like very coppery, so cool. And it comes with a matching skirt, which has got an A-line cut to it. And it's a 12. And someone's very kindly dry cleaned it. And then, you know me, I got some jewels. Wasn't as many jewels as I wanted, but I do have quite a lot here. We can play around with that and add to things. Again, a testament to always looking in those little drawers, shelves, nooks and crannies in a thrift store, because I found this great brooch. Isn't that beautiful? So that could be pinned on the collar like that, or it could be pinned on a cuff. Yeah, it's a really nice little piece. Pendant. I think it's quite sweet. Isn't that cool? One drapey. These are great. They're earrings, but they've got the option on the back of them to also be a cuff. So you can wear them higher up or get them to sort of stay up the ear. Nice, dark, moody, beaded brooch. This is a very cool brooch. It kind of reminds me of the crest from the school, Nevermore in Wednesday. And it does have a bit of an antique, almost like fob chain pendant element to it. And you can also wear it as a necklace because it's got the little ring on the back there. Found a Diamante safety pin brooch. And you won't believe this, but I actually found a Wednesday charm, or a W charm I should say, but W for Wednesday. So that can be added to a necklace. I mean, what are the odds of that? Found these brooches. I don't know if they're Wednesday, but I can never refuse a good brooch. Little leaves with pearls and an elephant. And I liked this because of the charms. They've got some kind of interesting, like there's a padlock on here. It's kind of a bit more like grungy as opposed to cutesy. I also got this because it reminds me of It's Giving Celine, which is what I've been doing with my jewelry of late. Really playing around with multi-stacked rings, and I feel like this fits into the theme as well. So if I want to play around with Wednesday as different designers, like Wednesday in Celine, Wednesday in Jean Paul Gaultier. One more for the same reason, one more charm necklace with great little trinkets on it and a little bit of color, but again, it's still quite moody. Nice detail on there. But I did pretty well, right? And that's not everything. So the Thrift Angels were definitely shining down on me today. I did go with an idea in mind today, so I was quite fussy. I got some great natural fibers, I got some vintage, decided to style it all up, give you some ideas. I love dressing to a theme, it's so fun, and there is inspiration all around us. TV shows, nature, celebrity culture, street style, music, art. It's a really great way to reinvent not only what you find in a thrift store, but also what you have in your wardrobe. And I think the thing I love about the Wednesday aesthetic is that it is quite timeless and classic and neutral. But within that, it's never boring. There's lots of great textures, there's lots of great fabrics, details. Wednesday's pieces are always very well tailored, immaculate cuts. So it never has to be boring. Thank you for watching this one, and I will see you really soon for the next one. Bye.